IMSA fans, we have our friend, our lifelong sports car entrant, Michael Shank, next to us, the Meyer Shank Racing team. Mike, here at Indianapolis, TireRack.com, Battle on the Bricks. There's a pretty important milestone for you, 350th sports car race for Meyer Shank Racing. Tell me about that number. What does that mean?
It means I'm old. So this is our 20th straight season of racing. Well, I knew that. I didn't know about the 350 until last week, actually. I think it's pretty cool. And, you know, a lot of those people that were with us at number one are still with us today, which is a really special team, as this team has evolved over all the years, and now, of course, the IndyCar side of things, too. 350 starts is a big, big number, and we're super proud of it. And we've done a lot in this series and accomplished a lot, and super proud of all that.
Let's go back to number one. A Doran Lexus, I believe. Grand Am Road Racing Series 2004. Tell me about the process of getting this Doran Daytona prototype into your garage, Lexus, and that naturally aspirated V8. How this all came together to launch your first race, and where was that at?
So we were in Toyota Atlantic from 95 to 02, had a relationship with Toyota and TRD at the time through that series. And we saw in 02 that we were in trouble with open wheel racing. The ladder series is not like it is today. It was scattered. The Atlantic series, Indy Light series, our business was going down. We had a bad year in 02 performance-wise. We knew we had to go do something else. And we looked at Grand Am. Jim Francis just started it. Toyota had a motor. I had relationships with TRD. I knew Kevin Doran. He was an hour from my shop. And it all kind of made sense. And we put all those elements together. My wife and I got a big loan to pay for the car, and the Fursell family came on board with Oz at that time, and we had a great run. Our very first sprint race we podiumed with Oz and Bert Fursell. That would have been in March of 04, I believe, and it was kind of off from there. You know, we moved to O'Reilly in 05 and kept Riley's all the way through 2014. So it's been a big run. The reason why it works is that France family created this series where a guy like me could come in and compete with Chip and the other big names that decided. Roger came in at that time, a little bit after that. We could compete toe-to-toe with those guys. Good drivers, good engineering, good crew. We could compete, and we did. It wasn't easy, but we could, and that's what made that series in Daytona Prototype so popular, like in the late 2000s, and there were 25 cars and that kind of thing. It's because of the rules packaging allowed people like us to make a name.
Let's talk about some of the knuckleheads that have been a part of this program. You mentioned Oz Negri, who we love. Yep. He's just part of the blood of this program. John Pugh was with you for a long time, Mark Patterson. Yep. Every now and then you'd have a couple of these open wheel knuckleheads come in. AJ Allmendinger, our late and beloved big man, Justin Wilson, and so many others. Let's talk about some of the drivers who've come through that have helped make your sports car team what it is.
Yeah, we've had a lot of characters. You know, we had Paul Tracy for a couple of years. I got great stories for that. Love him today, to this day. I just crack up when he gets kicked that SRX, but I love him still to this day, his aggressiveness. He was that way with us. He put it in the wall, but he was going fast when he did it. And I always appreciate that. But all kinds of people. AJ's turned out to be a lifelong friend now. Justin, of course, he mentioned, is a big, big deal for me, and lots of years, 10 or so, I think he drove for us, various things. And, you know, it's funny, Justin and I were literally talking about what was next for him, and you know, after open wheel, we just started talking about sports car, kind of to where it's almost at today, to be honest with you. And when that happened, but there have been great people. You know, I had Colin Braun, we had Graham Rahal, Ryan Hunter-Ray. These are all great people. Both Fursells have driven. Michael Valiente, lots of people remember. You know, was a great speed demon in the day. Just so many, and there's more, and I'm missing, and it's not fair. Paul Mears is a guy that really helped put us on the planet way, way back. It's just so many people like that it really took to make this is all I do for a living. There's no trust fund, there's not another business to support this. So we had to kind of, whatever we hunted and killed, we ate. Right?
IMSA racing is your business.
That's how we survive, and it is to this day. It's still on both sides of the aisle here. So it really set the foundation of kind of where we're at today. We've had a really, really tough year this year, but here we are sitting here in Indianapolis. An outside chance we're back in the championship hunt with the number 60 Acura here. So it all comes full circle sometimes, and we also have a burgeoning IndyCar team that we're going to step up to as the years go by here.
Let's talk about Rolex 24 Daytona 2012. To me, really the statement-making event for you, winning there. Obviously, a lot of wins before and more after, but tell us about that event, what it meant for you, because it told not just Grand Am, but the world that, hey, the Shank team, Jim Meyer would be coming along a few years later, but this team, this is one to watch out for.
So you hit it dead right. 2012 was the absolute critical piece that had to happen for us to get acceptance with everybody, including all the OEMs, including any sponsor we're pitching, including everything we did was based, after that was based off that 2012 win. And we tried for 10 years prior and never got it done. Got close many times, but finally got it done. And was so proud of that moment. We knew we had a hot rod, very good car in December of 11, I guess it would have been. The Generation 3 Riley had just come out. We took it to Daytona. AJ drove it for the day, and he's like, put it on the grid right now.
Wow.
This thing is a rocket. So it was, and it worked out great for us, and it really changed. It literally corrected our path of the racing arc to make it kind of where we're at today.
Let's close on this, Mike. So behind us we have this glorious piece of technology, the Acura RX-06 hybrid IMSA GTP car. Prior to this season, your team won the IMSA DPI Championship, more Rolex 24 success before that. Champions with Acura in the NSX GT3 and IMSA GTD. You've come in now, 350 starts, small team in Grand Am, all the way from the entry level of the WeatherTech Championship and GTD champion to moving up to the top step, champion and race winner as well. Tell me about the men and women and all the people who make this team what it is today here in Indianapolis. You mentioned a lot of folks been with you for quite a while, but you're really protective and want to make sure that this program keeps going for many years to come because you have such an amazing team that makes this possible.
You're exactly right. These guys, a lot of them have been here from 10 to 30 years. We just had our first person retire, Dale Wise, our engineer. He's turned 70 this year and he decided to retire, but he's been with me for 30 years. These are the kind of people, the mentality that I wanted, where when I created a place, I wanted to be able to work there. I wanted to say I'm proud. It's not perfect, right? But we treat people fairly. We listen to them when there are problems, and we always take our problems behind the wall. We try to never do it up front in front of everybody because it's not going to be perfect. But we kind of kept that mentality and loyalty, both sides, me and them, right? Always try to pay them more, be loyal, give them something to really root for and work for, like Rolex wins. We've won 3 of the last 4 championships for Acura. We're working on 4 out of 5 right now. I mean, that's unheard of. I'll put our record up against anybody. I believe we're a top 3 team in this entire paddock, and I'm really proud. It's not me, that's them, right? Everybody. So I look forward to seeing how the rest of the year goes here. It's not going to be easy for us because of the problem we had in January, but I'm kind of excited about it. But again, I'm just lucky to have this group behind me, really. So.
One of IMSA's great success stories, truly starting at the bottom, working all the way up, being rewarded with immense factory relationships. Don't know what the next chapter, don't know what the future story is going to be, but we know there's going to be more than 350. Can't wait to get to the T 351, and we'll keep on counting.
351.
Congratulations,
Right.
Mike.
Thank you.
Make sure you follow along with us on IMSA's official YouTube channel. Follow IMSA Racing on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with some pretty cool people, some pretty cool race cars. Visit IMSA.com to hear the action called live and download the official IMSA app to follow the timing and scoring information as the sessions take place.